for the sign of Gemini for March 31st. Happy Easter. Spring has sprung. I got apricots growing on my tree already. Let's take a look and see what your energy is. Aries and Taurus really seem to be going through it, but usually as we go through this triad, usually there are things in different ways, but let's see how Gemini is holding up. Oh, I wanted to shuffle well, even though it's thematic. To shuffle you guys' business here. Did you miss me? All right, ease, 6 of Swords, ease comes through. The Hangman, are you feeling as if you're waiting on an answer for something? I've got some information here that's saying that you're balancing, and maybe you've got a little bit of analysis paralysis, and taking some leadership on things that are moving forward. We've got the Strength card in the middle. Have a little grace and a little patience. You have a little bit of intensity that's going on in your reading here. I would say this by the Chariot card. Be careful with your car this month. It is Mercury retrograde, and we do have eclipse season and stuff coming up, and we know that the Mercury retrograde has a tendency to play with electronics, but this is vehicle. I also see some travel coming up for you. Are you heading out of here? 4 of Cups, King of Cups. So emotional intelligence is in the game for you. I gotta say, Aries and Taurus were struggling a little bit, but it looks like you've got some emotional intelligence. I do have one question though. What are you putting money toward? I've got the 4 of Coins here where you're thinking about an investment or putting money towards something. You have some beautiful major cards in here and some conflicting ones. You've got some things that you've left behind. That seems to be the theme of the day, walking away from things that don't serve you. Maybe you've changed some habits. We have, you know, this stuck energy that was going on in the past for you. But what's true is I feel as if you've made a change. You've got the Death card. As my dog busts one. It smells so wonderful. Eternal bog of stench. We've got the Death card for transformation and then the Empress card for nurturing, which tells us that you're doing a lot of self-care and caring for those around you. This is a very nurturing card, as well as the Strength, which tells us that there is this sense of grace. We don't tame a lion by beating it with a stick and throwing a stake at it. It takes patience, it takes grace, it takes time. So I'm curious about the World card, because there seems to be like this lofty expression of wanting more than you have had in the past, like really reaching and stretching for things. I wanted to go back to talk about this 6 of Swords here. So Taurus and Aries both had a lot of pressure, tension, and overwhelm, and it looks to me like that portion is past for you guys. However, we've got the 6 of Swords. I want you to imagine getting in a boat and rowing, and then you come to my side of the river and I row you back. That's the ease that you have here with support. There's ease and support in here. But what is it that you've been waiting for? We've got the Hangman in here where you're holding your breath waiting for something. I'd like to suggest that that's transitioned and changed for you, so the wait is over. If things haven't shifted, they will shortly. This is an immediate kind of energy. There is some travel involved here, or maybe a vacation or a birthday that's coming up. We've got the 6 of Cups for celebration and travel. I'm also seeing this energy of you finding a new social group or spending time with a new group of people amidst some positivity. For some of you, that might be dating or integrating back into the dating world, or checking it out anyway. This is all positivity and meeting new people. I would also like to suggest that for you, Gemini, things have been busy. So you've been action, more activity than you have had. Usually this means like being on your feet, physical activity more than just like mind busy. This is action, having one thing stacked up after another. Almost feels a little bit like a batting cage, as if you have a lot of responsibility, although it doesn't feel like a burden. Now, I wanted to just key in that this is not anxiety, it's overwhelm. Aries got all the anxiety. You send the, you know, this is just busyness, not quite to the point of overwhelm for you. So let's take a look and see what your Gemini moon looks like. Those secret emotions are playing about in your head. The overwhelm. Are you overthinking it all? Come on, Gemini. Of course you are. Back and forth. I'm not really seeing analysis paralysis for you, but there's a lot going on in that dome. Again, actually, I'm going to keep that one out, and we're going to reshuffle here. Hold on, hold on. I just want to make sure I'm not pulling the exact cards from Taurus. But we're going to keep that Seven of Cups because I was channeling that one a second ago, that overwhelm. You have a lot to think about. I would like to suggest that there isn't just one subject, like what am I going to do with the kids? It's like the kids, the money, the weight, the body, the groceries, the husband, the partner, work. It's just a lot of subjects that are in this card. And it's taking a lot to process this. Let's take a look and see what's your moon card. There we go. So the Star card, and there's that Seven of Cups anyway. Listen, are you overwhelmed? Do you have a lot to think about? You've got balance in here. I would like to suggest that there is this sense of, there is this sense of analysis paralysis that's going on. I almost pick up that you don't have to make any decisions. I do see the Star card for being in the mirror, but here's what I would like to suggest. You know, there's a fine line. There's a fine line between overthinking and being a little differently than you have in the past, and maybe you're doing a little withdrawal. We have the Four of Swords in the center where you're pulling back a little bit. However, I think this is a sign of emotional intelligence. We've got the Queen of Cups, and I think that this is you taking care. Because here's what's true. You know, get out of the mirror. It's hard for me to say this because being hard on yourself got you these excellent results, right? But then in the same token, no one's harder on you than you are. So take your foot off the gas a little bit on the self-analysis. I do see the Knight of Cups here, which is telling me that there's this sense of wanting to be rebellious or impulsive in here. Maybe you're even dealing with somebody who has plays too lightly with you. That is the F-boy card, the Knight of Cups, where it's you maybe are being overwhelmed by somebody who isn't taking things seriously. I do pick up, though, that you are avoiding conflict, conscientiously and intentionally avoiding conflict. Although you want to support, you have this Two of Swords. Here's what's true. Karma always likes to say, indecision is a decision. So if we aren't decided on what to do, usually the Two of Swords tells us, you know, stop making our maybes yeses. What's true is sometimes we massage people, events, or decisions into our life because we can't get past a maybe and we want to give it a try, but then we just get the results that we get because we're not really clear. So get clear before you move forward. I feel as if, you know, for some of you that are single or even those of you that are in a relationship, I'd like to suggest that there's a new phase coming relationship-wise with that Page of Cups. Is a new beginning, and maybe you're just a little nervous about taking this next step. For those of you that are single, this is like meeting someone new. For those of you that are in a relationship, it's a renewal, and the honeymoon phase is coming in. So I would like to suggest timing is okay here. I don't see things moving too quickly or holding you back. I just feel as if right now Gemini just has to decide, make a decision. If it's a maybe, it's a no. If it's a maybe, it's a no. That makes things super easy, because if it's not a screaming yes and you're going woohoo, then it's a no. In order to have the number 10 life that you really want, we have to stop saying yes to things that don't turn us all the way on and get us excited. So if you're feeling stuck at all, I would like to suggest that this is changing for you. We've got the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. It just means make decisions, follow through with them. And, you know, there are some things that are involved in your reading here that say that some things are already in motion. Not much we can do about a moving train. And I wouldn't say that it's needless worry, but I would like to suggest that patience is called for. Are you meditating? I'm going to pull a card for you from Divination of the Ancients, and then we'll talk about meditation a little bit. Let's see here. Clarity. This card right here is the reason I bought this deck. The Clarity card. Crystal ball. If you could look into a crystal ball and get the answers that you want, you would. We could. But what's true is, get clear on what it is you say you want, because the answer is clarity to your entire reading. I just love that. I want to thank you for hanging out with me. I'm going to come back tomorrow, do Cancer, Leo, and Virgo, and we'll get a couple done a day, so I'm on here. I want to invite you to come check out my website, karmaondeck.com. We've redone the website entirely. Working out some bugs now. Yes, it's Mercury retrograde, so it's being funky. Or was. We fixed it now. For those of you that have checked it out already and told me what was going on, we fixed it. But I'd like to introduce you to my meditation for the Modern Mystic class. It's the culmination of 6 years of study. I have cultivated this and studied, researched, and played with a bunch of different subjects. And we'll go over each and every chakra, techniques, breath work, positioning, mantras, ohms, and mudras, why we do them, what they're for, how our body is wired, how to train the nervous system, what behaviors go with each chakra, and also a plant medicine, sacred sound, and meditation in motion. If you're interested, please reach out. I'd love for you to check it out and show you what I've created and what I've done. I think it's my best work to date. I'm super excited about it. Thank you for hanging out with me and listening. I will catch you tomorrow with Cancer, Leo,